Hi, this is Matthew. I just wanted to make a little video about my emerald roaches. I'm holding an almost mature female nymph, and in the background you can see some of the other individuals. I guess one of the things you might be asking yourself is, how do I know this one's female? And at this size, you can see here she's got a head here at the front, and then different segments of her thorax, and the second and third segments on her thorax, if she was a male, would have bigger flanges where the wings would develop, and this one doesn't, so that means she's female. Okay, and this one, which is much smaller, but you can just sort of see on the second and third thoracic segments that they've got like a slight overlap, and that means that this one is a male. And here's another female. Again, I need to stress these are immature. They're all nymphs basically. None of them are mature. Mature males have wings and are sort of a metallic green, the same as the females, but they also have a sort of purpley tinge to them as well. And the really neat thing about these roaches, I mean, they're nothing like the sort of roaches you might use as feeders for reptiles or amphibians. These are they're tropical for a start, and they pretty much entirely fruit. I give mine some fish flakes as well. They like bee pollen, so they obviously eat a lot of flowers in the wild. And when they molt, they leave behind these cases. These are their exoskeletons. This is what's left behind. And this isn't a dead roach. You can see this is actually empty. It's a shed skin, shed exoskeleton. That's what they leave behind. And I have no idea what they're actually made of, but it seems like other insects don't eat them. And they don't seem to decompose very readily either. The interesting thing about the colour that you see on the roaches is that it's mainly structural. So it's kind of similar to the iridescence you see in bird feathers. In both cases, the colours you see are actually dependent on the angle of the light when it hits the surface structures. And you can see the roaches vary a lot in colour. Some of them, they all have a basic green colour, but some of them have more sort of gold hues, blues, even purples. And of course it's dependent on the angle the light's hitting their bodies. The other really fascinating thing about these roaches is the parental care. So the females keep the eggs within their abdomen, and the eggs actually hatch inside the females and are basically birthed. So they emerge as nymphs, sort of a little case basically. And the babies huddle underneath the female's bodies for at least a month. And And there's even evidence that the females are able to feed the offspring, although I haven't been able to find any research that specifies what this food actually is. You can see when they first hatch, they're sort of a beigey, creamy colour. And the ones that you can see actually at the moment aren't newly hatched. These are at least a month old, maybe a little older. By now they've molted 2, maybe 3 times. And I should think the next time they molt, they'd actually be green. And the interesting thing is you see them underneath the males as well. So I don't know whether it's that both sexes exude something on their undersides that the nymphs are able to eat, or whether they just move around between individuals, because obviously these roaches are quite social. They live in communities. And when the babies eventually molt and turn green and start to live more independently, they still hang around with their parents and their siblings. And you can see this is sort of, these are some of the smaller babies that I've got at the moment. So that is the Emerald Roach. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, subscribe and like.